What's up guys, it's Ian here, back today with another video, and today I wanted to make a follow-up video to the video the other day that I made about anxiety. So I talked about a lot in that video, but one thing that I forgot to bring up near the end of the video was a major concept that I've been thinking about a lot over the past few days, and it is that unrealized desires are potentially a huge source of demoralization and Loosh energy, or negative energy. If you were to, whether you believe that the Earth is a prison planet or not, it may be very likely that somebody is still farming our negative energy, whether it's our politicians or extraterrestrials or some other entity altogether. It's likely that something out there is collecting our negative energy and benefiting from it. It seems like this world is so close to being a perfect paradise, but then there's just handfuls of things that are wrong or out of place in ways that we can't fix. And sometimes it seems like things are so close to perfect. So yeah, the main concept I wanted to touch on here is that unrealized desires, basically when you see something and you want it, whether it's an interpersonal interaction or a physical good, or even something as basic as food and water, when you see something that you perceive that you need or that you just want and you're unable to attain it, it's almost as if your knowledge of its existence makes the situation worse than if that thing had never existed. And I think that's really profound. So when you go down the street and you see that guy that you like, or that girl that you like, or a car that's nicer than your car, or if you're homeless or hungry, food insecure, you see something as basic as food and water and you don't have enough food and water, well, the knowledge that there's something there that you can't have, I feel like that triggers a very primal response. And I'm sure you could delve into a deeper rabbit hole regarding evolutionary biology and feelings of want and intensity of want, because I think cities intensify this process hundreds of fold, right? It used to be the case that in our hunter-gatherer days, throughout most of human evolutionary history, if you believe in that and you don't just believe in creationism, but if you do believe in human evolutionary history, I'm not sure that I fully believe in it, but if you are to believe that humans existed as hunter-gatherers for some period of time in our past or ancient past, we would be roaming through the landscape either on our own or with a small group. And if we saw food or water, we'd be able to take it. It would basically be ours, or maybe we would have to fight other humans for it. Or if you came across a girl that you liked, and she would probably be willing to be with you, or vice versa. Like if you're a lost girl and you see a tribe, they'd probably take you in. Now it's not all good. Like if you saw an enemy tribe, they would probably try to kill you and take your women and maybe take your children or kill your children. They would take your food. They would take your foraging grounds. So there's a lot of negative as well, right? But I do think that a lot of our, let's say, immediate instinctual responses to situations are driven by evolutionary biology. So if you're a guy and you see other men who are strangers, the most likely scenario is that they are a threat to you, because let's face it, strangers don't help you too much in the city environment. So most of the time, they're actually threatening, or they trigger a subconscious threat response, especially if they look a lot different from you or they're strangers. It's shown that less homogenous groupings of people in cities trigger low trust responses psychologically. And people have tried to disprove this, but it would appear to be the case that more homogenous societies ethnically seem to have higher trust for their societal co-inhabitants, for the other members of society. And historically, most of the time, if you saw food or water or women, they would be yours. If you saw other men, they would be a threat, unless you knew them, but they would typically be enemies, or at least regarded with suspicion, and they would have the potential to harm you and take what's yours if given the upper hand, so you can't let them get the upper hand. Where am I going with all of this? This ties into anxiety. It ties into your environment. It ties into desire, because what is anxiety? It's the feeling that you have not yet accomplished your desired state. Whether that's a mental state, a physical accrual of goods or items, a position in society, or all of the above, anxiety is largely a feeling that you haven't yet accomplished something that you feel like you have to accomplish. And I think desire ties into that strongly. The social media environment, the city environment, where you go out and you see hundreds of people, many people whom you might be attracted to, but you never talk to. Each of those instances, although subtle and although we've been deconditioned to it, that's one instance of unrealized desire. It's a very small micro trauma, but each time you walk by a person, this beautiful woman or handsome man completely ignores you, pretends you don't exist, at least subconsciously to our evolutionary animal brain, that is a rejection that's very offensive. Because imagine if there were less of us in the city, each person you pass by, that's a very valuable potential interaction. It's a valuable lost interaction. But in the city, they're just throwaway interactions. They almost might as well have not happened. But in this video, I'm actually positing that the passage of the interaction might be actually worse for you mentally than if the interaction had never taken place. And I don't want to go in circles too much here, so I'll cut this video soon, but that's some food for thought for today. Think about it, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do you have these thoughts subconsciously? Have you come to these conclusions? Had you never quite put your finger on this, but now you're thinking about it because I've mentioned it? So yeah, hopefully this has been a bit enlightening to you. Hopefully this information is useful. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you'd like to see in the next video, and I will talk to you soon.